It's called gravity.
And then another guy, he came in to kiss me and he knocked his head on my rearview mirror in my car, and I was like, this is not happening.
I broke up with a girl because she had armpit hair.
Okay, stand by, guys.
Armpit hair.
It really freaked me out badly.
Yeah, I'm good today.
Okay, Brooke, good.
We can't see Brooke.
Mic's going off. Live.
Hello! Welcome to the Daily Race with Brooke and Claire, and my favorite guest of all times, the guest of my life.
Oh, guest of your life.
Yes, this is my husband,
Hi.
Cole. I have brought him on so we can discuss our latest topic. You guys go ahead and come on in, start chatting it up with us. And of course, I have my other sidekick. If I was a lesbian, she would be my lesbian lover.
Nice.
Brooke Roberts.
Whoa, Hollywood! I just got out of boot camp. I have a ponytail. Happy New Year. A hot mess, and you guys are coming in like you're Hollywood. Like seriously, your dress. I can't. I feel like the slut of the group. I mean, I have a hoodie on. It's embarrassing.
It's okay. But that's why we do a podcast, because it's real. It's all about being real.
I thought this was an internet intervention for sure when I got here. But thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, of course we need your side of the story. And then Brooke's husband is MIA. So he was supposed to be on.
Volleyball.
Nice cover, guys. I mean, maybe I don't even have a husband. Like, nice cover. I really like him. Now, he unfortunately chose league volleyball over this one. So I don't know what I did wrong in life, but we'll get him on another time.
It was a calendar thing. It was a calendar thing. He had it messed up. So.
Well, it's actually funny because we have this big conversation, and actually it's about relationships, about how we're like getting old and fat. So we're on this whole training thing. So I can't blame him. We did have a truce that we trained. So he's out training, doing exactly what we said we'd do. I'm late for the show looking like this because we're keeping our promises to one another.
That's nice. Okay, so that's what the topic of the show is tonight, is how close is too close with your spouse. So I was reading this article, and it said that couples should not share everything or you lose that intimacy. And so I don't know. I'm a complete open book when it comes to our relationship. I might talk to you too much about certain things.
You are super open. Yes.
I share every single thing with you. But Brooke, like in this scenario, was Evan completely honest with you? And he was like, babe, you're getting a little chunky. You need to start training. Like,
do you know me?
That is a big no-no.
I don't think that's honesty right there.
That's being too honest.
Do you see these guns? If he said that, he might get a punch in the face.
He might get kicked
Just saying. I'm 200 pounds, and my man said, yeah, babe. That's abusive. Because I'm sorry, he's got little chubble legs, and I don't ever say anything. It's like, everything is about the delivery. So
right.
It's like, hey, I really feel like we're, cocktails at night, going to bed, not really working out. Turn it positive. I think when you start ripping on your man and you demean him, you call him fat, unattractive, those things, then that's just disrespectful to your man, disrespectful to your woman. That's a failure. That's a
So
don't you agree?
I totally agree. I mean, you can't just sit there and badmouth your partner, even if it is being honest and you think that you're trying to help. But I think that's going a little bit too far.
There's something called, there's constructive criticism too. You have to look at that. That's honesty, but is that too much information? I think people deserve it at a certain level to be criticized constructively.
But I know that sometimes, like when we go out and I'll put on an outfit and I'm like, does this outfit work for me? And you always say yes because you just want to be nice and polite. But then I see pictures and I'm like, damn, that looked horrible. Like, why wouldn't you tell me how bad I look?
I'm walking out the door the other day and I'm running out of clothes, so I'm wearing like these cream pants and a white shirt and a tie.
He was dressed in all white, head to toe.
I come like sneaking out of the bed.
Were you going to Miami, Cole?
That's what she said. She goes, "Are you going to a wedding in Miami?" You guys said the same thing. I'm like, "No."
I said, "Are you the bride?"
So she changed me. But that was helpful. That was being honest, and that was
totally being honest. Okay.
And I needed that. It helped me because I would have looked like
I was
the
not going to
Pope.
let you go out like that,
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone well. But
for sure.
constructive criticism is important. I think it's good that we do that, especially for kids too. I mean, we're off topic as far as that goes, but
Oh, are people asking questions? Oh, look at. Who is the cutie? Mel wants to know. This is my husband, Cole.
hi Mel. How
And
are you?
so I'm
like
bringing
you
him on
already.
here so we get the full spectrum of things of being in a relationship and how close is too close. Because he's my best friend. And I know, Brooke, you are the same way with Evan. Do you and Evan share a toothbrush
Okay, that's disgusting.
No
or
way.
soap or loofahs or...
No, I have an absolute germ, like, no. There is a study, actually, my dentist told me about it, that you can get cavities from using each other's, like, it's a different kind of bacteria. I don't want him washing his bits and parts, and I wash my bits and parts, and he takes his mouth, I take my, like, no, that
So-
is disgusting.
Outside of the toothbrush, not even like soap or a loofah.
No
or anything?
loofah.
No, we have separate loofahs, totally, like, we have different racks in the bathtub, different soap,
We are
different
so
loofah,
bad.
different
We're
shampoo.
we're gross to you, I guess.
We share everything.
We're lucky to find a toothbrush at our house with our kids. If they're out there
That's
painting,
true.
painting in the backyard or making spaghetti
Yeah.
with it
They
or something.
love playing with toothbrushes. Like, that's their
So
favorite
as gross
thing.
as that sounds, I mean, we do. We share toothbrush.
We share toothbrushes, we share loofahs and soap. But now that I think of it, like, you
kinda
wash
gross.
everything, and then what if I wash my face and it's
It's happening. You might have just fixed us on this one, bro.
so
The toothbrush thing, I don't know.
awesome?
His scrub it up dub, and then your scrub it up dub, that's just, I don't know about scrub it up dub like
Okay,
that.
that's
Mm-mm.
it's crossing the line for Brooke. What
Okay.
About, what about like? There's too much information too. I mean, you can share way too much at points.
What do you mean?
Well, like I don't need to know about like hygiene and stuff like that. I mean, we're talking about like. Well,
So
for instance,
you don't
maybe-
want to
maybe
know
me.
if I'm on my period or not?
Thank you. I mean, maybe just
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
give me
this
there needs
just
to be,
got
there needs to be a
real
safety
up in
word for
here.
that, or like some sort of a nod. But
Oh my
well, for instance, I
What?
had a vasectomy not long ago.
Yes, he did
And,
have a
what-
vasectomy.
and so I wanted Claire to look at the scar, but she
Maybe
wouldn't look at
sad.
the scar because I think it would have scarred you for life. So that's too much, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to look
So
at that.
I'm learning along the way what I can and cannot talk to.
That's
Wayward
that's
feline, move
too
aside. I
too
cannot
far.
let you
I
scratch
cannot
surface
look at your
while
incision
insisting
on your
on
balls.
ensuring
I'm sorry.
You need to get
But
I had to show. I had to see if it was okay.
yeah, but I totally agree. There's just some things that I don't want to
Too
look
much.
at.
So that from that standpoint, there's a little too much information.
Is Brooke? Brooke, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm engrossed in your
Do you go to the bathroom in front of Evan?
Okay, well, Claire, what is going on at that studio? Like, absolutely not. I refuse. I'm not judging anyone, but for me, I want to keep the mystery alive. I want him to think that I'm this sexy, like, I still jump out of bed, go straight to the bathroom, put my makeup on, put my bits and parts together. Like, I love keeping the mystery alive. Like, my grandma
That's
did it.
really bad for you.
Well, we don't do that. I mean, I don't even.
We
know
don't go. We don't go to the bathroom.
I don't even know why
in
they
front of
build
each other.
houses anymore without doors on the bathrooms. I mean,
Right.
So it just is a huge inconvenience. I
But you
have to
always
leave-
see
I
on
have to
those
leave the
TV
entire room.
shows and like those movies, like the wife going to the bathroom in front of the husband or vice versa. I don't do that. That's going too far.
Yeah, you don't want to see me in the bathroom.
No, I don't.
What? It's not okay. Well,
I don't want to
But see, that's where Evan's the girl. Like, he would die. Like, he hates
See,
that
Danny
stuff.
says that she poops in front of her husband.
go, Danny.
I mean, that is too close. I just think that's way too close. Do you sit there and poop and have like a full discussion with your husband? That's just weird to me. I don't know.
Well, the Danny's
I-
clearly very comfortable and close to her
Danny
husband.
says, yeah, I do.
All right. Well,
Adam and Paul are saying, yuck, there's no way.
No.
No way. So that's a deal breaker for you guys.
yeah, we were in Mexico for a week. There's no way when I came back I could have pooped in front of you.
No, my girlfriend's husband can't poop like around her or in like public, so he'll like leave and poop somewhere else. Like he's phobic about it.
That's okay. I think that needs to be stay separated. So
Jill says that's far too much info.
yeah.
Okay, so do you share all of your text messages, emails, and Facebook with Evan?
I have full disclosure policy. That's where I think sharing is caring. I I never have a problem. He knows all my passwords, all my codes, access to everything. I don't feel the need. It's funny because I know all of Evan's stuff. I never grab his phone and look. I have no need to. And he doesn't do it to me. But if he ever wanted to, or he's grabbed my phone, he's looked at stuff, I don't care. Like, I don't feel that anything is, if he saw anything, that it would be inappropriate. And I just feel like people that try to hide those things, they're hiding something. If you don't want someone looking at your phone, you don't want someone looking at your email, you're hiding something. Mine is business and family and friends, and there's nothing on there I'd be ashamed of, you know?
I think that demonstrates trust. I think we're there. We had to go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I threw the white flag.
When I think that, like, when you're boyfriend, girlfriend, that's a different scenario. But when you're married,
Totally.
it's just like, here, babe, get on my email, check this. But I've heard a lot of marriage couples saying, you know, my Facebook's my Facebook, and I deserve that right to leave my own life and have my own type of privacy. So I could see what they're saying there. But then again, I'm with you, Brooke. I feel like they're hiding something if they're not sharing those type of passwords.
You know what it is, Claire? I'll never understand. It's a female male thing, but where they go, who's that girl? Who are you talking to? I understand that you need to create boundaries, or you have your own sense of self, and you can be friends with the opposite sex. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when people get on there and they just start berating one another and going crazy, that's
Right.
where I think someone's not doing anything wrong. That's where they go, okay, we need to be separate. You just have to be cool and trust and love. If you don't trust him and you think he's doing something, he's never yours to begin with.
True. So true. So everybody's saying, yes, they do share their passwords. If you're hiding anything, you have issue. But Colin says that his wife hides everything. And
Colin, we should talk about that.
yeah, so I'm everything as in all her passwords. And then another thing too, and we just had this conversation, is finances. Like, we never really discussed, like, sharing all our finances. Like, I have a separate bank account, you have a separate bank account, and then we have a joint bank account as well. And that was a hard topic for us to, like, dive into and really talk about. So does everybody share finances with each other?
Well, I think it depends how your relationship came together. You and I came together a little later. We both had a little bit,
Right.
And then so we kind of had to get to the point where we knew how to coexist. But yeah, I think if you start out early and you're both creating something, and it's a little easier to get, you know, to merge that right off the bat. I don't know. That's kind of was our situation.
I am all about, my grandma taught me this. You do your own finances. If you're a woman and you're doing your own job, he's doing his own job, you have your own thing, you do your own finances, but you meet the need of your family.
Right.
So every month Evan does, let's pay the bills, and it's my favorite time of the month. So you sit down with a spreadsheet and you get out of your account, he gets out of his, and I think that's the responsible way to do it.
Makes sense?
Well, and like Cole just said too, we came into our relationship a lot further in life. Like, I was older, I was set in my ways. I think that's why it was so hard for me to start sharing things like my toothbrush and my brushes, my toolbox. I'd like throw a fit because he would always leave my tools everywhere.
She finally got a pink toolbox with all pink stuff in
everything's
it.
pink now.
And so
Everything is pink. My
I can't-
hairbrushes are pink.
But I'm still out there hammering with a pink hammer.
I thought that he wouldn't touch anything
But I have
if
to put it
everything was
back.
pink. And it didn't work. They still... I don't have anything of my own, and that's something that I had to come to terms with because I was so set in my ways. Like, my 10-year-old son, but my bonus son, he will take my flip-flops. Like, it is a free-for-all at our house. Like, anything I have is just, it goes. And I can't find a darn thing. But now I'm getting
Sorry
used to
about
it. So we are very close. We are very, very open. Pam saying, your husband seems very open. I don't think we hide anything from each other. What is your feelings, though, Brooke, about talking about past relationships? Do you guys go there?
It's the worst conversation ever. I have learned the hard way my entire 20s. Don't ask, don't tell.
Really?
It's just not healthy. It's just not healthy. They're with you for a reason. And I've had to learn this lesson over and over and over again. Women, be confident. Your man chose you. He's with you. He loves you. I don't care. Don't look at her Facebook. She may have been hot. She may have a rockin' body. Maybe French model. Not that that was my story. But it's either here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He chose you. So why look back? Just move forward.
But those things-
I've been there. I'm speaking from experience. It's a
Right.
bad choice.
Those things have to stay behind you, though. I mean, what about maintaining, and this might be off topic, but maintaining friendships with those people, and then that's where communication like in Facebook and text and stuff can be misconstrued, and people, and so maybe that's why people are hiding those. You still want those friendships, but you got to be careful how they come across, especially to your spouse, and if they know that person was someone that was in your life,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So we had
In every
issues on that. So
situation-
so all that was shut off. I waved the flag and I said no more communication with those people, and I don't even have a Facebook because I don't want to screw with it.
Yeah. You
Evan
get on
doesn't have a
I get
Facebook
on
either.
hers.
Yeah. So Chase is saying he's 3 weeks into dating and he found out that his gal has been chatting with so many guys because Facebook is such a big temptation. So, but how did you find out? Did you have her password, Chase? Like, did you go on? Were you being sneaky? Was she open about it? Like, how much do you share? How much should you share with each other?
And is she just social? I mean, is what is chatting mean?
Yeah.
Is there too much?
Yeah. And that's actually what I'm saying, Cole. Like when you go on those Facebook and stuff, it can be so misconstrued. So Evan and I, everything's open. But I have so much to do in my life, in my day. I don't have time to sit there and go, oh, he talked to so-and-so. I mean, in his business, he's around attractive women all the time. Like you can't sit there and read
There's
into
lots of
everything all the
hot
time.
girls at a sandwich shop.
Yeah. What about
Oh,
you?
San Diego, all these big, like, just beautiful, plastic enhanced girls come in their bikinis all the time. They're gorgeous. Like you can't, there's more important things in life.
Right. I get it.
So Mike's saying you can chat it up about your exes. I think it's to an extent. I feel like a lot of my exes taught me things that I didn't want. Obviously, that's why they're my exes, and
Right.
I'm with you. Does it bother you when?
No, those are the topics that actually we kind of have fun with. I mean, I tell you something about an ex-girlfriend, or you say something about ex-boyfriend that was kind of something that compliments the other person. You know, like
Right.
he's not like you in this way. He was such a douche, and he sold weed or something like that.
What?
Then it's kind of funny. But if you're talking about how freaking ripped he was or how good in the sack he was, that's not something that we want to talk about, right?
Ugh,
Right?
no. Yeah.
Okay, so we're covered that topic.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry because I'm reading some of these emails. They want to know: do you get really upset when when I get hit on?
No, I don't. It's a compliment. I mean, she threw out a pitch at the Angels game, or at the Aces game rather, and right after she threw the pitch out, I'm up in the bleachers watching it, and all these baseball players come running out, and they start like chatting it up with you, and I'm like looking down there, and all my friends are like, "Whoa, check it out!" I mean, something like that kind of puts you in an awkward situation because I can't be down there, and I don't know what these guys are saying to you.
Right.
So that jealousy kicks into a little bit, but if somebody's looking at you or hitting on you, and I'm around, I think it's a compliment.
How
That's
do?
a problem.
Thanks.
What's that?
I take it as a compliment
Yeah.
because lots of women are always hitting.
Well,
on me.
it also depends on how you react to the whole thing too, and you react pretty well to it. You don't.
Brooke, I know that you come across that all the time with Evan, and especially because of the industry you're in sports, so you're around men all the time. Do you feel like you don't share a lot with Evan because of the industry that you're in? Like if you get hit on or if a man, tries to pick up on you, do you go home and do you tell Evan about it, or do you kind of shelter it a little bit because you don't want Evan to get upset?
It's again one of those things that if you share something with someone to help them, if it's only a hindrance or hurts their feelings, what's the point?
Right.
And yeah, like I'm around professional athletes all the time. They're attractive. They're coming into the studio. And yeah, I've been asked for my phone number. I've been asked, hey, do you want to go grab cocktails after this? It's up to you to put your big girl pants on, deal with your relationships and your stuff, and go home. How was work? It was great, honey. And then if something becomes like obviously stalker status, you have to call in the reserves and get help. But I don't want to know when a girl hits on him at work. It's I don't need to know that. I don't really care. And just like you said, Cole, yeah, the man's hot, sweet. Like, of course she would hit on him. What a compliment.
Yeah.
It's always up to the individual. It's up to me to respond correctly. It's up to him to respond correctly.
So
on
you
them.
guys don't lay in bed at night and compare notes on how many times you got hit on all day long?
Never.
No.
No. And Evan always
that doesn't
goes,
sound
I
like
always,
a good plan at all.
no, it's funny you say that, Cole. Though I always like go to Evan. I'm like, come on, not ever. He's like, babe, girls don't hit on guys like guys hit on girls. He's like, it's just a completely different
They
world.
don't.
He's like, yeah, Evan's like,
Trust
just,
me.
no.
You guys
It's
don't sit in
different.
bed and you're like, no, you're hotter. No, you're hotter. No, you're hotter.
Yeah, I can see you too. You doing that.
The only thing that I don't, and Cole and I actually were talking about this last night, is sometimes what's off limits. I don't share, most of the time I do though. Like if my older sister or my sisters or my mom and I, like if we get in a little fight or something, I know sometimes I won't tell Cole because I don't want him to get upset. And I know that within one phone call, my sister and I are going to be like chatting it up and going shopping within the next 2 hours anyways. So I don't know. Do you feel like I should tell you, like,
Yeah, you should tell me. I'm not going to pass judgment on people in our family just because of an incident. You know, there's too much good, too much depth with our relationships with them. So everybody gets weird once in a while and comes off like a prick. So,
true?
and I do that. So let's not share that with everybody.
Okay.
You know,
But we just did.
we just did. I heard a funny thing from a lawyer friend of mine. It actually, and this is a problem because people do get too comfortable in relationships, I think, sometimes, and then they get divorced. So he tells me that people are building prenups now, and there's language in the prenups that forbid them from sharing information if they were to get a divorce, such as like naked pictures and porn videos and all sorts of things. Steve was talking about this, so careful. If you guys are
It's funny you should say that, Cole, because when Evan and I first got married, he actually had a friend that did something similar. So obviously we didn't do a prenup like that, but we actually wrote a contract that we're both like beholden to. And it's, I will
Really?
do this and do that. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. I think it's all about focusing on what kind of partner you want to be. And it's not like the superficial, I'll never gain weight, or it's like core things like, that mean something to the two of you.
Yeah.
I think it's
We're not
holding
gonna have
people
that problem.
accountable.
No, I hope not. Are we? Is this something you're
that
not
was-
sharing with me?
I was. we need to share about this. No, it's just a mundane conversation that I had with Steve, but people are doing that, and
They
I
are.
think that's a result of maybe sharing too much information and being too close in a lot of ways. Or those people are a little shady though. If you're already, I think people that are building these escape clauses and these prenups kind of are maybe not moving in the right direction. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about health? Like, I know that with my dad and my mom, my dad wanted to go to the doctors by himself. Do you feel like we should share everything when it comes to health?
Yeah.
Like you should be able to go and talk to my doctor?
Oh no, I thought you meant like going with your family or visiting people and being
Oh.
being a part of that.
No, like, can I call your doctor and be like, what's going on with Cole right now? Can you tell me how his last physical was?
You're gonna need to at some point. So you know.
I don't know. My dad was really conservative, and so he, never let my mom talk to his doctor.
That's interesting. I don't think we haven't got there yet, but I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Everybody's typing in, Cole, that you're so nice and you're so open and cute.
I'm not that nice.
I know. It's all
Love
the
it.
show. It's all the show. Hey, so
Thank you. That's nice to hear. I really don't get complimented that often, so it's nice to get one once in a while. No, I don't mean to be like,
Listen, Hollywood.
come on, stop it, everybody. Come on.
baby,
All right.
I'll compliment
Get on
you. So Cole and I actually kind of got into it last night when we were talking about this and hiding things from each other when it comes to kids. So I said, like, if Cash came to me and was like, Mom, such and such happened at school today, I don't want to go tomorrow. And I'd be like, okay, well, just don't go, but don't tell your dad. Or, oh, you got a bad grade on this test. Like, maybe I would cover for him and I just wouldn't tell Cole because I don't want him to get upset. Is that okay? Because I was talking to a lady and she says she does that all the time, but the dad does it as well. Like the whole don't tell mom thing. What do you guys think about that? Should you share everything that's going on in your children's life, even if they come and confide in you? Anybody? Silence.
That's a tough one.
I think you have to share that.
That's
We have to manage the situation together. You have to know what's going on. I think I think you're hiding something about one of our kids or something like that. I don't think it's fair for me not to know that, especially if it's something that I could add value to or manage or help, or if there was something that was going on that gave you reason to hide it. I don't know. You're not like that. I don't think we're
No.
hiding anything on that level. Are we?
No.
Yeah. This is a cool conversation because I'm starting to kind of
No, I'm-
figure some stuff
Uh
out.
huh. I see your wheels turning over there. Wait a minute.
I should take some notes. Can I take this? Can I get a pen and paper? What do you use?
Mike's saying yes, you have to share everything. It's best for the kids.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.
I
That's kinda
agree
where
with
was coming
that. They have to know that we are a team,
Yeah.
that we're one, and
And if they start figuring out how to play one another against one another,
I
that
just
could
have
get-
to say, I
that
think
could
there's
get weird.
exceptions to the rules. There are definite exceptions to the rules because I remember my mom and dad both going through some horrible things in your teens or whatever, and they really protected me by not telling the other one. If that makes any sense. There are times where you have trust with your children, you have trust with your partners or whatever, and there's, like the thought of telling dad about something about me and a guy would have been horrifying. It's not, you don't need to know, and it was like something that my mom and I bonded over. That's a girl thing,
Right.
and what it's going back to at what use is it to sit and go, hey, you're gonna go, no, she's growing up, what does that serve you? And it's a really intimate, so then if you just let it slip and you say something to your daughter, that daughter's never going to open up to her mommy again. You just broke my trust. I can't trust you. Because something about like being a girl with your dad, it horrifies everyone. And I just think there's certain exceptions to the rules.
That makes great
Because
sense.
you have to push trust with your kids.
Makes really good sense. I think I would like to know everything that's going on, but based on what you just said, I think that makes good sense. That there's some things that might be better for one parent than the other. I mean,
To handle.
we haven't got there yet. Our kids aren't old enough, and there might be some things down the road that.
right. Well, like what they're saying on the chat right now is like one of his sisters got super wasted and just told her dad, but they never told the mom. What do you think about that?
Well, I think my mom probably saved my life a couple times by not telling my dad some stuff.
Exactly.
Maybe on that level, maybe it's stuff like that. So yeah, but he probably should have known. In retrospect, he probably should have. He would have slapped the shit out of me, but I don't think it would have changed my habits. But it might have convinced me maybe to not make a couple of choices that I made. Who's to say? I'm here.
Okay.
I would like to know. So I guess if you're asking me, I would like to know. So down the road, if our kids start doing
There's
some things
communication.
yeah.
There you have it.
But if
There, we
Harbor,
worked it out.
our little girl, if there's some stuff that you guys need to keep between each other and that it's appropriate, then I guess you'll make.
Be
that
careful what you ask for, Cole.
I guess you'll make that decision. I'm not good enough with little girls yet. I don't know what's gonna.
I agree with Rich too. He just said, I think it depends on the situation.
I'm clearly on the fence on this one.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
As we discuss it, I think I'm clearly on the fence.
Okay, gotcha. Anything else, Brooke, that do you feel like you shouldn't share with your husband or your spouse?
Shouldn't share? I just am all about just keeping it real and having an authentic relationship at the same time keeping it sexy, and how you manage that is like on you,
Yeah.
And I just think that you just have to make sure that you still have your own life. And I think when you overshare and you're constantly talking about everything, all the minutia, you lose the mystery. Like, I just think you think of the sexiest women in the world, like the lady off of Modern Family, the Spanish one.
Yeah.
She's just fun. There's just something mysterious. It's like, oh, you never tell everything. Like, Audrey Hepburn, any iconic, beautiful woman, they're not just telling everything to their man and sharing everything. And, there's just, you have to keep that mystery alive to some degree.
That's cool.
See,
Just
I have a hard time doing that. I feel like you get home from work and I just chat your ear off. Does that turn you off?
No, because I come home sometimes and I'll look at you and I can tell by looking at you that something's going on. And then you'll internalize it. You won't be wanting to talk about it because you don't want to bother me with whatever it is. But what's important to you is important. And so sometimes I'll work on you a little bit and I'll say, what's wrong? And then finally you're like, wah, 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 for the rest of the night. Which is cool because otherwise she'd internalize it. I'd suffer all night from her being distant, and it might not even be something that's between us. It could just be something that's bothering her that she didn't think she could talk to me about. So I think as being married, I think it's part of our job to kind of take that role and relieve you from whatever is clouding your thought process. Right?
Now when I talk to you all the time, do you mute me out?
I'm good at it. I can. It just depends what it is. But I listen to the last 3 words of a sentence, and then I'm good at responding. You know what I'm saying?
So you could shut your brain off and then so you just nodding your head like, yeah, totally, babe. Oh my gosh, no, that didn't happen.
Well, I'm not that big of a jerk. I can do that. I do it with the kids all the time. I mean, I can block them out,
Yeah.
like, turn them down to 0 because you have to. But with you, I can't afford to do that because
But sometimes you'll be like, at what time? I don't remember you telling me that.
yeah, because maybe I don't pay attention. It's not because I'm not intentionally blocking you out. I'm a little ADD, so if I'm not paying attention sometimes, that's just the way it is.
Brooke, do you feel like Evan can do that to you? Like, can he just like put a wall up?
Have you met Evan? He goes to what I call like Peter Pan land. So he'll like totally tune me out. He'll be doing something else. And my parents, he's like, oh yeah, huh? He's moving around, doing whatever. I go, I'll ask him a poignant question. So what do you think I should do next time I come into work and that happens? Wait a minute, what? Exactly, you weren't listening.
See, I
Honey,
can't- I
let's
can't
go
afford to
over it
do that.
again.
I have to pay attention. I can't afford to do that because that's just not the way.
But
that
I
you
think
roll.
it's a guy thing because Mike and Sam, or no, Mike and Paul, excuse me, say they do that all the time. So maybe it's just in the guy's brain where they can just like shut it off and just.
It depends what it is. If you're asking me a pointed question, you want information, I have to listen. But if you're, I
Yeah.
guess if you're just chirping about something that is, I guess. I
See
can-
that? You just nailed it.
Yeah.
You just nailed it on the head. Girls have to go over it in a circle over and over. And they just, Evan's like, why are we talking about this again? Because I'm just not over it yet. And that's the difference. So that's where guys go, I flatline. I cannot do this for another second. So I get it.
Right. Oh. I'm sorry, babe.
But what?
You're not even listening to me right now. You
What?
weren't even listening
I
to
was
Brooke
just-
while she was
I
talking.
was just zoning in.
Because I just keep talking about the same
She's
thing.
so
He's like, what are you talking about?
She's just so animated and cute. I just got like locked in on it.
Just put the mute button on me.
Mute.
Yeah. All he sees
Oh
is,
my gosh.
I'm always trying to get to the bottom of things though. One thing about our relationship is I need to squash it. I need to get it behind us. I need to talk about it and get it over with because I don't want to lose those 2 days of her, just going to another place. You know what I mean? If we're in a fight or something like that. So I'm always pressuring you to try to just squash it, get it behind us.
I know, but that's not the type of person I am. You know.
But then I
that.
lose 2 days of my life. And then I know
Oh my
I know we're gonna end up right where we're supposed to be.
I
You
know.
So get it over with 15, 20 minutes. Let's talk about it. Get it behind
It's
us.
hard to shut that down though. Like when I'm upset, it's hard just to be like, okay, I'm fine now and hunky dory.
I wish you would though.
I know. That's
that's-
something that I need to work on.
We're not dealing with that a lot, but there's been a few instances where we just could have squashed something and got it behind us. You know?
But that's because you messed up, not
Well,
me.
Of course, that's clearly how this relationship works.
I'm laughing because I have never, Cole, you are so much like Evan right now. It's not even funny. I'm like watching my own relationship. He's just like you. He cannot handle not getting resolution. So what are we going to do? How are we going to fix this? I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
he's
want
like,
to talk about
Mr.
it right
Fix
now.
It.
Oh,
Right.
Totally. I do the same. I do exactly what Claire does, and it drives Evan crazy. Where I'll just let it sit for a couple days, and he's like, "Let's figure this out." I understand.
It's
I
a huge
understand
waste
both
of
of you because
time.
I'm
and
that
there's-
way.
There's a huge waste of time, and then you're thinking about it all the time for the next couple of days, and you're losing productivity, and it's just not right. So
Yeah.
just squash it.
Claire, don't you feel like though that we have to talk everything out to come to what we think is the best resolution? Where men are just like, let's make a plan, let's do this, let's go, it's over. Where I just want to go, is that really the best option? Because maybe we could think about this.
And is there a deeper issue of why this happened? And I kind of overanalyze it, or why did this happen again? And then you say that I'm nagging, but it's not really nagging.
So I should
because
just-
if you would have just done it the first time, then I wouldn't have asked you, and then I wouldn't have to be nagging you, and we wouldn't even be in this conversation in the first place.
So what you're saying is I can just split and go fishing for a couple of days and come
No.
back, and it'll all be done.
No, absolutely
I
not.
know, because then I think you just like in those times where we've had these problems and it's taken a couple of days for you to cool down. It's not like it's during the course of the day where I have to pay for it.
Right.
Just here and there, it's just a little bit of here, a little jab there, a look, You know what I'm
I
talking
know. It makes me feel bad because I do it to Evan.
about? All right.
I guess it is.
It makes me
It's a
feel
girl
no, it
thing.
makes me feel really bad because he says that. He goes, "Babe, do you know I'm like at work all day and all I can think about is how can I fix the problem?"
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm
it
looking for
doesn't-
I'm looking for the immediate makeup sex. You know what I mean? Just get behind us.
Oh yeah, y'all.
You're really honest.
Yeah. So that's it.
What? So people are saying nag, nag, nag. and then they're saying we look like a very lovely couple. It's all for
I
show.
like Tim's comments at the end.
Looks like a lovely couple.
Tim says he wants to marry me, and I seem really rad.
Who's this Tim guy? Is there an email?
See,
address
look
on
at now
there?
he's checking my email. It came
Marry
full
you for-
circle.
But it seemed Claire's rad. She is rad.
Thanks, babe.
Get it, reverse engineer that. Okay. So
We'll pull the IP address.
the IP address.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks, Tim.
No,
It's happening live.
it's all on TV. It's happening. It's all going down
happening.
tonight. No, and I think that that's one of the best things about us is we just laugh a lot.
We get along well.
Yeah. So that's the key.
That's that.
But I think that you should just be fully open, honest. I'm sorry if I talk so much sometimes. But-
I've gotten to know you pretty well. when we met at the airport, and we went on a flight to Vegas. Not to get in the whole story. So she was going one place, but we had a connection through Vegas, and then so I sat next to her. I convinced her to sit with me, and the whole flight she was like, wah, 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 telling me everything about her entire life, her family,
Well,
my
and-
sister, my mom, my dog. And
How
it just-
crazy they all
and how
are.
just crazy life was, and I just sat there and I listened, and so yeah, you do tend to chat it up, but
Yeah.
that's good.
I didn't think I was ever really gonna see you ever again.
And then I called you after that. I think that's what kind of impressed you.
Yeah, I was like, if he already knows all of my craziness in my life and he's still calling me, like,
Well, you look good.
but you, thanks, babe. So then, but that's the thing is like when you sit down next to somebody in an airplane, like, you just tell them everything.
Why is that?
Don't you? Yeah, isn't that weird? Do you do that, Brooke? Like share everything when you sit next to somebody? on an
Abilene
airplane?
Brooke.
Yeah.
I've told 6-year-olds my whole life story.
What do they pump in the air in an airplane to get everybody chatting up like that?
I mean, I literally almost got kicked off the plane one time for talking too much and talking slyly. Swear to God.
Get out
Swear.
of here.
You.
We
talking too
literally,
much?
it was Tara Gray, and we were on the plane, and the lady behind literally called the stewardess and said, "Can you make them stop talking?"
Oh my gosh, that's
No joke.
hilarious. I'm trying to.
No, that people do chat it up on airplanes way too much.
I know. Oh yeah,
It's fun. Though.
like that one girl. Yeah. Anyway, so now we're sharing way too much. Well, it did. It came full circle. So we're an open book that works for our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We still try to keep it sexy and sassy,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. I've got a lot of videos, so make sure you don't divorce me.
No, you're so bad.
Next week on the show.
Yeah, next week on the show, we'll get a lot of viewers on that one, I'm sure. Actually, but next week, let's talk about that because we have to wrap it up right now. Next week's show, we're talking about, do you have a favorite child? And I say everybody does. And who in your family are you the favorite child? I'm the favorite child.
My mom's told me I'm the favorite kid.
And Brooke,
I should
it's
ask
a
my
given.
brothers though.
Yeah. Brooke,
My sisters tell me I'm the favorite child, so I don't know.
Oh, well,
I feel so uncomfortable to say. That just feels awkward to even say.
I know. But then again, do
Does
we
it?
all just think we're the
I
favorite
think we're all
child?
just convinced of it. They've done a good job of it.
Maybe we're all delusional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it at that. We are all
Delusional.
delusional. So, next week, right here, 7 p.m. on Loaded TV, are you the favorite child? Or do you have a favorite child? Let's be honest. I do.
You do. We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't told me about that.
I have a favorite.
So coming up next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Some things we haven't talked about.
Yeah, see, maybe I'm not an open book. All right, you guys all have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.